pain. Most people run from it, avoid it, fear it. But pain is the only thing that can transform you. Weak people want comfort. Strong people want growth. And growth requires suffering. Nobody becomes powerful living an easy life. Nobody becomes dangerous by staying comfortable. Pressure creates strength. Struggle creates discipline. And pain creates a different human being. Right now, you are either becoming stronger or softer. There is no middle ground. Every day you avoid hard things, you become weaker. Mentally weaker, emotionally weaker, physically weaker. That is how average people are created. Through comfort, through excuses, through fear. But you were not built to stay average. You feel it deep inside yourself. That hunger, that frustration, that anger, that desire to become more. That feeling exists for a reason. Because a stronger version of you is trying to escape. But first, pain must change you. The gym must break you. Failure must humble you. Pressure must test you. Loneliness must teach you. And sacrifice must shape you. That is the process. And most people quit during the process because suffering reveals the truth about people. The truth is, most people are mentally weak. They talk big. They dream big. But the moment life becomes difficult, they disappear. That is why winners are rare. Because discipline is rare. Mental toughness is rare. The ability to suffer quietly is rare. Can you continue when nobody supports you? Can you continue when your progress is invisible? Can you continue when life feels unfair? That is what separates champions from average people. Not talent, not luck. The ability to continue through pain. Every powerful person you admire was built through suffering. Every champion, every leader, every dangerous human being. Pain built them, not comfort. Comfort destroys people slowly. It kills ambition, kills focus, kills discipline, kills dreams. And people do not even notice it happening. Years pass, and suddenly they realize they became weak. Not because they failed, because they stopped challenging themselves. Never let that happen to you. You must become addicted to discomfort, addicted to growth, addicted to discipline, because your future depends on it. One hard workout at a time. One lonely night at a time. One painful lesson at a time. That is how greatness is built. Not instantly, not magically, but slowly, painfully, relentlessly. And one day, people will see your confidence, your success, your discipline, and they will think you were gifted. They will think you were lucky, but they will never see the suffering behind it. The sleepless nights, the mental battles, the self-doubt, the sacrifices, because the strongest transformations happen in silence. While everybody else sleeps, you work. While everybody else complains, you improve. While everybody else quits, you continue. That is power. Real power. Not talking, not pretending. Discipline, control, endurance. That is what makes people unstoppable. So when pain enters your life again, do not fear it. Use it. When life pressures you, grow from it. When failure embarrasses you, learn from it. Because every painful moment is preparing you for something greater, something stronger, a version of yourself that weak people will never understand. One day, you will thank the pain. You will thank the struggle. You will thank every dark moment that forced you to evolve. Because without suffering, you would have remained weak forever. And deep down, you already know the truth. The strongest people are created by the hardest lives. There will be days when your body is exhausted, your mind is tired, your emotions are broken, and nobody will understand. The battle's happening inside your head. But keep going, because those moments are building mental strength. Every painful experience is teaching you something. Patience, discipline, control, resilience. Pain is not your enemy. Weakness is, and weakness grows when you avoid difficult things. That is why you must keep pushing yourself, even when it hurts some, especially when it hurts. Because comfort is a trap, a beautiful trap. It makes people lazy, soft, average, and average people live average lives forever. Never accept that life. Never accept waking up one day full of regret, knowing you could have become more, knowing fear controlled your future. No. Fight back. Fight your excuses. Fight your weakness. Fight the version of yourself that wants to quit every time life becomes hard. Destroy that version completely, because there is another version of you waiting. A disciplined version, a fearless version, a focused version, a version that no longer needs motivation, because discipline became part of his identity. That is the goal. To become someone who continues no matter what. No emotions, no excuses, no stopping. Most people depend on motivation. That is why they fail. Motivation disappears, feelings disappear. But disciplined people keep moving forward anyway, even in darkness, even in pain, even in silence. That is rare. That is dangerous. That is why disciplined people dominate life. They master themselves first. And self-control is the ultimate power. Imagine becoming so mentally strong that nothing can distract you. Nothing can break you. Nothing can stop you. That level of focus changes everything. Your body changes. Your mindset changes. Your confidence changes. Your entire future changes. And suddenly, the same people who ignored you begin watching you silently, because they see the transformation, they see the discipline, they see the power, but they do not understand the cost. They do not understand how many nights you suffered alone, how many times you fought your own mind, how many moments you wanted to quit, but continued anyway. That is what makes you different now. You survived your worst moments, and you are still here, still fighting, still building yourself, still refusing to become weak. That matters more than you realize, because one day, all these pains will become your strength. All this pressure will become your confidence. All this suffering will become your power. And the version of you that exists in the future will thank you for not giving up today. So keep going, even when nobody notices, even when nobody believes in you, even when progress feels slow, because slow progress is still progress. And one disciplined day, repeated for years, creates greatness. Never forget that. You are not suffering for nothing. You are transforming into someone stronger, colder, wiser, more disciplined, more dangerous. And one day, life will finally reward your pain. And understand this, the world does not reward weak people. It rewards disciplined people. People who continue when life becomes painful. People who stay focused while everybody else gets distracted. People who master their emotions instead of becoming controlled by them. That is why your mindset matters so much. Because before you change your life, you must change yourself, your habits, your standards, your discipline, your mentality. Everything begins there. The hardest battle you will ever fight is the battle against yourself, against laziness, against fear, against doubt, against the voice inside your head saying, quit. And every time you refuse to quit, you become stronger. Every single time. That is how confidence is built. Not through talking, not through motivation videos, through action, through pain, through surviving difficult moments. Confidence is earned, strength is earned, respect is earned. Everything valuable has a price, and the price is suffering. That is why so few people ever become extraordinary. Because suffering scares them, pressure scares them, failure scares them. But you must become different. You must become someone who walks directly into discomfort. Because everything you want in life exists on the other side of pain. The stronger your mind becomes, the easier life becomes. Not because life changes, because you change. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop making excuses. You stop acting weak. And suddenly, your entire energy changes. People feel it. They see it in your eyes, in your discipline, in your presence. That silent confidence comes from suffering, from surviving difficult seasons alone, from rebuilding yourself repeatedly. That is real growth, not motivation, transformation. So if life is hurting you right now, good. That pressure is creating something stronger inside you. Something focused, something disciplined, something powerful. Do not waste this pain. Use it. Build yourself with it. Become obsessed with improvement, obsessed with discipline, obsessed with becoming impossible to break. Because one day, all the people who doubted you will look at your life in silence, and they will realize something. You did not become strong by accident. You became strong because you refused to stay weak. And listen carefully. There will come a moment in your life when everything changes. Not because somebody saved you, not because life became easier, but because you finally became stronger. Stronger mentally, stronger emotionally, stronger spiritually. That moment is powerful. Because once a person masters their mind, they become dangerous. Not dangerous to people, dangerous to weakness, dangerous to excuses, dangerous to the old version of themselves. And that is the real goal. To destroy the weak mindset. Forever. The mindset that waits, complains, blames others, runs from pressure. You must kill that version completely, because your future is depending on who you become right now. Not tomorrow, now. In the painful mornings, in the lonely nights, in the moments nobody is watching. That is where your future is being created. Every disciplined action matters. Every sacrifice matters. Every moment you continue instead of quitting matters. Even when you do not see results yet. Especially then, because the hardest part of the journey is continuing without visible success. Most people cannot do that. They need validation, attention, instant results. But greatness requires patience. Real patience. The kind of patience that suffers silently while continuing to work. That is rare, and rare people live rare lives. You must understand something. Your pain has meaning. Your struggle has meaning. All the rejection, all the loneliness, all the failures, they were shaping you, building you, preparing you for a life bigger than average. One day, you will look back at this version of yourself and realize something incredible. The pain you hated the most became the reason you evolved. The pressure you wanted to escape became the reason you became strong. That is why you cannot quit now. You are too close to transformation, too close to becoming someone powerful, someone disciplined, someone impossible to break. And yes, people will doubt you. People will laugh at your goals. People will misunderstand your obsession. Let them. Because while they are talking, you are building. While they are sleeping, you are evolving. While they are wasting time, you are becoming stronger. That separation compounds over time, day after day, month after month, year after year, until one day, your entire life looks different from theirs. That is the reward of discipline. That is the reward of suffering with purpose. And when that day comes, you will finally understand why the struggle was necessary, why the pain was necessary, why every dark moment mattered. Because without those moments, you would never have discovered your true power. So stand up, one more time. Fight again, push again, believe again. Not because it is easy, but because your future depends on it. Because deep inside, you already know something powerful. You were never meant to live an average life. You were meant to become unstoppable. And this pain, this suffering, this pressure is turning you into exactly that. So keep going. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, keep going. Because legends are not created in comfort. They are created in war. And your war is creating greatness.